you go to work by the clock, you get your martini in the afternoon by the clock, and your coffee by the clock, and you get on the plane at a certain time, and arrive at a certain... And goes on, and time is a dictator, as we know it. Where does it go? What does it do? Most of all, is it alive?
You just witnessed the opening scene to The Dancer Upstairs. In 2002, actor John Malkovich became director John Malkovich in his directorial debut. The Dancer Upstairs stars Javier Bardem and Laura Morante. The film is based on Nicholas Shakespeare's novel, and Shakespeare himself adapted his own novel for the screenplay here. The film is extremely underrated and features a truly powerful and potent story about a police detective trying to catch a revolutionary guerrilla leader, a terrorist, in an unnamed Latin American country.
And I want you to investigate this entity called Ezekiel.
The country is under military rule, and Detective Rejas finds himself under extreme pressure, trying to make ends meet and track down this terrorist who's killing innocent people and using children as suicide bombers. His wife is a beauty-obsessed woman who doesn't seem to represent his true passions, but his daughter is the light of his life and gives him a glimmer of hope in this dark world. During the film, he strikes up a relationship with his daughter's ballet teacher, and he finally feels a connection in this weary world. Yolanda represents something new and exciting. She's a dancer, an artist, but also a thinker. He is intrigued by her. As the film comes to its tense conclusion, Rejas tracks down the guerrilla leader only to find out that Yolanda, the ballet teacher, had been hiding him above her dance studio all along, and she herself is a member of the uprising. His world is absolutely shattered. The acting in this scene is quite beautiful as we see Rejas realize the woman he loves has sided with the man who he has been hunting this entire time. His heart breaks in front of our eyes.
Oh boy, calm down. Okay. Thank God you're safe. You don't know who we've got upstairs.
What's going on? What's going on?
Don't be frightened. These are my men.
Don't you dare harm him. You'll pay with your life if you harm him.
Yolanda?
But this brings us to the scene that we're focusing on today. It's at the very end of the film. The ending finds such a poetic way to conclude Rejas' story. Now, if you look at the ending, it's quite simple. There's nothing fancy going on here. But from the series of shots down to the very subtle performance from Javier Bardem, it becomes the most powerful moment in the entire film. But first, let's recall back to that opening scene that we started with. Here we have Ezekiel, the guerrilla leader, riding in a car with other recruits. And they're listening to Nina Simone's Who Knows Where the Time Goes.
But as Faye died, I think it was, she said when Bonnie and Clyde came out in the whole bit, she said she tried to give people what they wanted. That's a mistake, really. I know. But you can't do it, but only after you use up everything you got trying to give everybody what they want. But I will learn my lesson soon, and then you will buy more records, right? Because you won't see me.
The film takes place over 5 years, and we see Rejas as a character go through his journey, and we see how each step towards Ezekiel affects him. We really do see the life drained from him, with only Yolanda bringing some sort of light into his life. He is challenged by the things he sees, dealing with terrorism head-on. Rejas experiences the worst of humanity and finds himself isolated and alone. Once we get past the climax of the film, we get to the ending. The same song starts to play, and I'll let this scene play out with text commentary so that you can absorb the scene better. And let's jump in.
Let's see what we can do with this lovely, lovely thing that goes past all racial conflict and all kinds of conflicts. It is a reflective tune. And sometime in your life, you will have occasion to say, what is this thing called time? You know, what is that? The clock, you go to work by the clock, you get your martini in the afternoon by the clock, and your coffee by the clock, and you have to get on the plane at a certain time and arrive at a certain, and it goes on, on. And time is a dictator, as we know it. Where does it go? What does it do? Most of all, is it alive? Is it a thing that we cannot touch, and is it alive? And then one day you look in the mirror, how old? You say, where did time go? We'll leave you with that one. Across the morning sky, all the birds are leaving. How can they know? And then it's time to go. Before the winter fire will still be dreaming. I do not count the time. Who knows where the time goes? Who knows where the time till it's time to go. All through the winter until the birds again and return in spring again. I do not fear time.
And there you have it. The Dancer Upstairs is quite an underrated little gem. Mostly unheard of, mostly unwatched. A lot of people don't even realize it exists. The film is based on true events, but also takes a fictional approach to it by incorporating characters into the mix to really tell a story on a human level. From the acting, the directing, the cinematography, the score, everything comes together to make a film that actually has a very lasting impact on the audience. And I'm Kaya Savas. This has been another scene study presented by Film.Music.Media, where we encourage you to watch a little more closely, because the magic is truly in the details.